Your party has made quite a big fuss in the past few months and in your previous government's administration about how tolerance and equality are conservative values, and that, to quote you directly, part of what it means to be British. So it baffles me, frankly, as a member of the LGBT community in Northern Ireland, that you remain open to the possibility of inviting the DUP into a coalition should you be in a position to form the next government, bearing in mind that the DUP is the party that has caused significant and long-term damage to the LGBT community in Northern Ireland. This party has had MPs and elected representatives who have blamed gay people for Hurricane Katrina, voted consistently against government bills to prohibit discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. They've called Pride repugnant. They've consistently blocked motions for marriage equality and uphold a gay blood ban, and currently are putting forward the Conscience Clause bill. Now, I'd like to know, is staying in office more important than the LGBT community in Northern Ireland, a country of which you are Prime Minister? And will you vow today, out of respect to the LGBT community, to rule out the possibility of coalition with this party that has caused us so much harm and damage?
Well, first of all, I don't want to form a coalition with anybody. What I want to do in 15 days' time is form a Conservative majority government.
Let's not nitpick, though. We're talking about the DUP supporting you with votes, aren't we?
Okay, but let's be clear. I've got a very strong track record of standing up for the rights of gay and lesbian people in our country. As Conservative Prime Minister, I introduced a bill for equal marriage. I'm very proud that we did that. And nothing I will do in politics would go against that very, very clear set of principles and values that I have.
I would argue that staying open to that sort of a coalition would go against those principles. I mean, if we look at the SNP, they've been able to very clearly say that they would not, under any circumstances, go into a coalition with the Conservatives for ideological reasons. And I would like you to make a statement here today that the values of the DUP in relation to the LGBT community are not the values that the Conservative Party holds.
I totally disagree with the DUP about this issue. I mean, absolutely, and nothing I ever do will go against the values I have about believing in equality and equal rights for gay and lesbian people. And I've put that on, you know, as it were, on the line by supporting equal marriage. So I'm never going to change my views about that. But as I say, I don't want a coalition with anybody. I certainly rule one out with the SNP because the fact is they want to break up our country, and I don't think you can form any sort of alliance with people that don't even believe your country should exist. But I couldn't be clearer. I totally disagree with the DUP, and they will never change my mind about these views, which I hold very strongly.
Is the breaking up of a country a stronger ideological point than the rights of LGBT people?
Well,
because they're both ideological points, Prime Minister.
What I'm saying is that there's nothing I would do to change the approach that I've taken to the equality for gay and lesbian people in Britain. I couldn't be clear about that.
Invite the DUP into a coalition.
I don't want a coalition with anybody, but it does seem to me
But you're open to it, sir.
No, I'm not open to coalitions. I don't want
the
coalitions.
DUP?
I don't want any coalitions. I want, look, there's an election coming in 15 days.
You're going to have to have somebody. You're not going to win. I know you're going to say.
You keep saying so. You seem to know the outcome of the election. So how do you know? So we've got some God-given right to declare what the election is.
I bet you £1,000 you don't win a majority.
I'm not going to start taking bets, but there is every opportunity in the next 15 days for there to be a majority government, and I think I've got a perfect right to fight for that majority government. What I'm saying very, very clearly is nothing I do will ever undermine the belief I've got in the importance of equality for gay and lesbian people, and I've got a track record of that as Prime Minister of this country.
What would DUP influence on the country be? If you validate their opinions by giving them a stronger...
Let me give you this counter. I will never validate the DUP's opinions on these issues. I profoundly disagree with them, and I've got a track record of Prime Minister. I didn't listen to the DUP when I introduced the Equal Marriage Bill. I introduced the Equal Marriage Bill because I thought it was the right thing to do.
So if in a hypothetical situation we're open to the possibility that the Conservatives might have to go into a coalition, will you either put pressure on them to start supporting the rights of the LGBT community, or will you rule out the possibility altogether?
Any government I lead, if I am
You're not giving me a direct answer.
Well, it is a direct answer, because if I'm Prime Minister after the next election,